Halation is strong because Jehovah built it. You can feel the spirit and positive energies. Questions asked comfortably like you're talking with family. Get ready to settle in. Wait for the show to begin. Invite a couple of friends. It's time for Unhinged.
I introduce to you Get You Home Towing, a family company with the sole purpose to get you home. Whether you need roadside assistance or transport services, we have a flatbed big enough to transport any vehicle to its destination. Our offer to you is our gratitude and great service at a much cheaper price. We are also open to transport through long distances. If you need us, all you have to do is call that number. I'll see you soon.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Y'all all right? I mean, what's really going on? Thank you so much for tuning in. We are Unhinged Live. I'm your host, Nikita Tilted Halo Hansford, out here in these streets, sitting alongside my good girlfriend, Coach Karen Sims Harrell, Coach Cash herself of Twisted Threads LLC. Thank you so much for spending this time with us on this evening. We really appreciate you and all of your constant, consistent support. I also want to take the time to go ahead and say welcome and thank you for rewinding this back to all of our replay viewers who are going to join us a little bit later. I hope you enjoy the broadcast. And if you are enjoying the broadcast, go ahead and tell your auntie, sister, cousin, uncle, Nim to come on around these parts, hit like, hit subscribe, hit share. Let everybody that you know, make them aware of all of the great things we've got going on over here amongst the tribe. I want to go ahead and familiarize you all with what's going to happen on tonight's show. Of course, I know you've seen the advertisement. And of course, you already know, as Coach Cash says, get your passports ready because you never know where we're going to take it on Unhinged Live. Of course, we're going to have an amazing epic mashup on tonight with our brothers from MentalImPact Radio. Sitting in with us on tonight, our brother Orlando Page and Bertrand Berty McKinney from Let's Talk Gospel. I'm excited. Y'all know I like to stutter when I get excited. Of course, we're going to visit that segment, Views from the Petty Pew. We're going to feature a very special exclusive music spotlight on this evening. Of course, we're going to go maybe a little bit merrily down the stream. And of course, get into it, chop it up in that roundtable discussion. What's really going on? So let's go ahead and get into it. Karen, I got to ask you, my sister friend, how you doing? How was your day?
You know what? I'm doing all right. A little bit of jet lag as I was just in Orlando, Florida this weekend for a quick stop, doing some work and then hop right on back so that I could be here in time for everything that's going on this side and to make sure I was here for the show. How about that? And this live mashup that's coming up. So super excited.
All right. You got to.
And how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. You know, I'm pretty well rested after my exciting weekend. You know, I was able to hang out with the beautiful ladies over at Valentine's Day 2024 that was held over at the Ann Pose Selfie Salon owned by Pastor Donna Davis Johnson herself. And of course, that event is sponsored and held yearly by our sister in the craft, Brianna Ofosu of Faith Fashion 360. Listen, I had a great time. I know y'all have seen some of the new photos I've been posting. Y'all know those photos were taken by yet another tribe member, our sister Cerie Melody Jackson. You all heard our conversation that we held with her back in December. And of course, look forward to seeing her soon because y'all know we're gearing up for Fashion Week right here in the Lehigh Valley. And y'all already know Miss Things likes to strut her stuff. So I look forward to hitting the runway yet again. I'm actually looking for shoes now, Karen. You know where I can get a coupon to find some shoes on sale?
That's a good question. I do. We'll talk offline about that. You know,
All right, I'm gonna
we
need
need to
that.
be
Thank
calling Marisol. You know, Marisol is the one.
Oh,
Shout out
that's
to
right.
our
She got
tribe
them
member.
shoes.
She the one that got
She the one.
the
Marisol.
Come through, sis.
Marisol. All right, listen. The chat is on fire on this evening.
I love
okay,
it.
from what I can see. But again, we got guests tonight, and you know we got good home training. Let me look outside. Oh
They
yeah, somebody
outside.
is on the porch. And I don't want mom and them to get me. So before we let them in, hey y'all, hold on. We'll be there in a minute. I gotta give a super fan shout out. I gotta give the super fan shout out. All right. So Coach Cash, can we get the little drummer boy together?
Absolutely. He on it today.
All right. My super fan shout out tonight goes to the beautiful queen with the wonderful chocolate skin. Oh, girl, I love you so much, Miss Monet Green. Yes, Monet, you are the super fan shout out this week. I had an awesome time sitting with you, speaking with you, trading vision, and pouring some encouragement into you as you poured back into me, and you didn't even realize what you were doing, sis. Listen, Monet, you are awesome. You are amazing. And the swag bags that you put together for Saturday's event, nothing short of amazing. I just want to let you know that you are blessed and highly favored. And I look forward to all of the good work you're going to do with your domestic violence campaign. So, sis, I'm clapping it up for you and showing you love. I look forward to you blazing one heck of a trail of your own right here in the Lehigh Valley. You know, you got your big sisters around you to love and support you. And you know, I already gave you my information. Holla at me when you need to just vent, relax, relate, and release. All right. So, Karen.
Yes.
Karen, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready? All right. Let me go and start this introduction. Let me get some water.
All right, now I'm gonna let you go ahead, drink your water, and then we're gonna bring our special guest in. We got a whole live mashup tonight. I done already told y'all, grab your passports because we going in for a ride today. There will be joy, there will be laughter. I'm not gonna say more. I'm gonna let you go ahead and do the rest of your intro. Go ahead, Tilton.
No, girl, you was on the roll. You know, you can do this too.
Listen, we're gonna tag team like we normally do, and it'd be fire when we get together.
Anyway, check it out. So we ran into these brothers out here in these YouTube streets. Y'all know we are creating our own syndication situation, and they actually took notice of us. And while we were taking notice of them, and took a trip on over to their YouTube stream and saw that they were doing basically the exact same thing that we're doing right here at Unhinged Live. We've got a brother who's got years in the game, brother Orlando Page, joining us tonight. And listen, you talking about somebody that drops hot fire like Dylon. Oh, listen. We got brother Bertrand, Berty, McKinney in here. And let me tell you something, much like ourselves, they are men who love God. They are men who honor God with how they live their lives. They are men who honor God with how they extend their gifts outside of the four walls. Karen, let them in. It's a little chilly. Thank you so much. Hey,
welcome.
Almost had to put my hood up.
Welcome.
Outside getting frostbite.
I'm sorry to do that. It was only a little while, and you already know where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. And thank you for the liberty and warmth and being seated in heated spaces on tonight, where so many don't have the same testimony that the four of us have right now. So look, I guess that's Jesus speaking. So I want to go ahead and ask you all, because y'all know I work in the area of social services, and I actually got some statistics today on the real number of homeless in my community. So if the number was alarming to me in my small town life, I can only imagine what the homeless are dealing with in larger, more urbanized areas. So if we could just continue to pray for the people who suffered loss because of something out of their control, because many are facing homelessness after the pandemic, losing jobs suddenly, losing their life savings suddenly, and of course, not necessarily being eligible for certain types of assistance because they sit in a certain tax bracket. So go ahead and continue to keep everyone uplifted in prayer. It's a lot going on out here in these streets.
Amen.
That's the
Amen.
truth. That's the truth.
All right. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get the conversation started on tonight. And y'all can decide between the two of y'all who's gonna start first. I know we often use the church finger on this end, but y'all got y'all own chemistry. We could tap right on in. If you could tell us a little bit about yourselves and where you guys are from.
Wrong side,
Had to
bro.
get it right. There you go. Yeah, there you go. I'm pointing at him. Had to get the screen right.
Orlando, you up?
I'm Orlando Page. A lot of people know me by Orlando Presents, which I do not usually go by Orlando Presents anymore. Orlando Page. I'm actually living in Virginia right now. Is Lancaster, Virginia. Kilmarnock is the town that I live in, to be specific. Yeah. So, yeah.
All right. And I am Bertrand McKinney, but people call me Berty. I am living in Tylertown, Mississippi, small place called Tylertown, Mississippi. One of the hosts of Let's Talk Gospel, and I'm also a CHH gospel hip hop artist. So a little bit about myself.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. So listen, we like to dig in and talk about where you, not just where you reside right now, but where you were from. What brought you to this platform to say, you know what, we want to add some positivity to the airwaves and just get it popping in the name of the Lord, but with your own style. So not taking any cookie cutter. So I know that was a large, question in there. How, where, what was your upbringing? What brought you to this space to say, yes, we gonna do this?
You want me to take this one first, bro?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So upbringing. I'm originally born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana. And that's where my parents were. That's where I was raised at, and I grew up in church. I was one of those kids that anytime the church doors open, I was right there. Like mom was in church Sundays, Bible discussions, choir rehearsal. So anytime the doors were open, I was in church. So I grew up knowing who God was, and that's actually what they tell you, bring a child up in his ways and stuff. He won't depart. So that's really how I wind up, knowing about God. I knew about God my whole life. How I hooked up with this fellow over here. Look, I'm pointing at him again. He actually he gave me a interview once on his platform. He had his platform, and he brought me on as an artist, and it was a great interview, and we had a good chemistry. And I don't know what it was. I guess he saw something in me. He kind of liked me a little bit. So he asked me to come on and co-host the show with him, and he's opened his platform up to me, and it's really become my big brother. So I love this dude right here. That's a good brother. So that's how I wound up on Orlando Presents. Oh well, on Let's Talk Gospel on the platform.
Awesome.
Mhm. Myself is pretty much the same thing. I was raised in the church. My mom pretty much took me to church a lot of the times. It was me and my mom after a while. Relationship with my dad really wasn't there until later on in life. Then we started building a relationship together, and this is like when I say later on, I mean adulthood type later on or whatever in life. But I thank God that that ended up still happening. Far as the radio side of things, I moved here to the area in Virginia because I was living with my sister for a while, and I thought about it. I was like, well, I love music. I was raised really listen to a lot of different types of music, and I noticed that there wasn't really a lot of that. I thought it wasn't really a lot of CHH or Christian rap music being put on the forefront a lot of times with the indie artists and things of that nature. So I was like, well, let me go ahead and start something up and start doing that myself. Um, and it was funny because I reached out to a lot of quote unquote main outlets that are out here right now that a lot of artists try to run to, and I was ignored. You know, some of them didn't even answer my emails or nothing. So I was like, well, okay, that's fine. I'll just do it myself. So I started it up, and we're still here. You know, people that know us, and some other folks want to lie and act like they don't know us, but they do. But no, no, I'm joking. But yeah, so that's where it all started. It all started up with me feeling like that there was a empty space when it came to promoting indie artists. So that's where we came in, just to fill that space and help out in that sense, to be able to spread the word of God and what other people were doing through their music.
I love it.
Nah, oh,
Absolutely
and,
love
and talk your stuff. Oh, I got your back. They know who we are. I got your back. I know we
it.
got. I know we
We
guessed
do
tonight and stuff, but they want us to be ourselves, so we're gonna be ourselves. Y'all
too.
know who we are.
We
Oh,
definitely
listen,
do.
listen. All I need is a reason. Listen, listen. I absolutely understand what you're saying, Orlando, because I remember years ago when I started this journey on my own. I remember some of the voices telling me that there was no audience for people sitting on air, period, talking authentically about themselves and the things that they do in life, but also loving the Lord and wanting to share the gospel music. So
Right.
similar to what you've done, as I said at the top of the show, I said, you know what, I'm about to showcase these hip hop artists, because when I worked in the school system, what I would do to minister to those special ed babies was I would give them Christian hip hop CDs.
Mm.
Y'all remember when we used to burn them CDs? I thought I was hustle man, but I used it to give them something relatable to start a conversation so that they would ask questions. And ultimately, when they left their time with Miss Nikki, they had a firm knowledge of exactly who Jesus was and exactly who he could be to them, as they made moves to change their lives for the better.
Amen.
So
Amen.
I want to talk to you, Bertie, right now. All right. Did you start your hip hop journey just in the Christian hip hop genre?
Oh no, no, absolutely not. Excuse me. Looks like somebody's trying to call. No. Um, at the time where I found out that I could rap at an early age. I actually wrote a poem when I had to be about like 7 or 8, and I wound up winning the poetry contest. And I was like, well, you know what? If I could write poetry, I probably could write raps. So I got into it then. And like I said, even though I grew up in church, to me, it was corny. I didn't think rapping for God was cool and stuff. And I tried my hand at the secular stuff, and I was really out here just wilding. Like the stuff that I recorded back then, people will never hear it because it's totally like different to who I was. And it got to a point to where God really convicted me. I had a daughter. I wound up having a daughter. At this time, I have a wife. And I'm like, man, I can't play this stuff in front of my mom. I'm out here disrespecting women, calling them out of their names. I don't want nobody talking to my daughter like that. God really convicted me. So from that point forward, I actually, I changed the way I started really giving my lyrics the gift that I had. I gave it to God. And the moment that I did that, incredible doors started opening. Like I wasn't getting anywhere rapping about the world. Wasn't going anywhere. Like nothing. No shows. I'm trying to put music out. I'm getting no after no. After I changed my message, the music got in. I wound up going on Bobby Jones. I went on Bobby Jones Presents. And from there, I wound up signing my first recording contract. And God just started opening major doors. So to answer the question, though, no. I was totally rapping about worldly things. You know, you would have thought I was a different person, like the guy that y'all see, and with the smiles and the giggles and stuff. No, I thought I was Scarface.
Oh, word.
Yeah, like for real.
Did you have the fronts and everything?
Oh yeah, the gold grill. Yes, absolutely, absolutely,
Let me see your grills. Your grills. I'm sorry.
absolutely.
You know I love my hip hop. But
Yeah,
I'm
I
grateful
did.
that you answered the call. Because I know it's clear to every last one of us on the platform tonight that what you and so many others, Berty, are bringing to the table is very necessary because it's harvest time, right?
Come on now.
And
Amen.
from everything that I'm observing in my comings and goings, this is a different kind of harvest. And y'all from the South, anybody do some farming? Anybody got their garden popping? Karen, how your
Uh,
garden?
Go ahead, keep on going with your story, girl. We following you though.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
We may not be
yeah.
we growing in the Lord. We may not be growing in the garden, but we
Oh,
growing.
y'all
I
can keep
got enough of that as a child.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't do that
my
no more.
my parents had got no. That was my parents and stuff.
Okay.
Black eyed peas and peppers and all this other stuff. No, I'm good.
See, I'm a city
You
boy,
go to the
so
store for
nah.
that?
Yeah,
Exactly.
there you go. I'm a
If I
city
can't
boy.
get
I don't dig in
if
no
I can't
dirt.
get it from Kroger's, I'm probably not gonna get it.
Oh,
Let
I mean,
me.
I'll go to a farmer's market. Like, I think we got to shout them out. They out there doing it. So I'm supporting the brothers and sisters that are in the dirt and that they enjoy it. Yes, keep that economy strong. There you go.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
All right. So I do need to ask you this question, Orlando. What was your thought when you went ahead and decided to collaborate with Berty to bring Let's Talk Gospel to the airwaves?
Um, it wasn't my decision. Honestly, it was a everybody that I've ever dealt with has never been my decision. And whenever I speak with anybody about either doing a show or coming on the show, they always say, "Oh, I've always thought about that," or "Oh, I wanted to do something like that, but I never really had the opportunity." So then I'll sit there and say, "Well, here's your opportunity," But with Bertie, like he said, we had a great interview, and my other co-host that was on, left, and we stopped doing the show together. And I said, well, I could do the show by myself, but it really doesn't come across as well as having somebody else. And that's when God put Bertie's name in my head. He was pretty much one of the first two, I believe, one of the first two. And when I asked him, he accepted. So I was like, well, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and run with it. One major thing on what I could say is that Bertie has a kind heart. He's humble. He comes to, and I don't want to make it sound like a job, but he comes to get it done and work. And let's go ahead and take care of what we need to take care of, and get out there what we're trying to get out there. Get the message out there. And he's not the artist that will, come on and want all the attention for himself, because he is an artist. He understands that the guests are the feature, and then we work him in as we can work him in, because I definitely make sure I let folks know what he has going on. I highlight him and things of that nature. So we definitely do that. But and also I just like being able to work alongside of somebody. And I'm not even saying, we may be together for a long time and we may not, but this just is the season right now that he can use it as a stepping stone. I know I'll be doing this for a while. He may end up blowing up and be like, "Oh man, I'm on tour right now, bruh. I wish I could jump on, but I
Man,
really
you
can't
better pack your
right now.
bags.
I'm
You
in,
coming with me?
I'm in Bangladesh somewhere spreading the word. So, But and I understand stuff like that. But yeah, that's what it is. It wasn't my decision, and I'm not saying that cliche is or anything, but it wasn't my decision. Just like meeting you all, it wasn't my decision to come across your show one day on YouTube and sit there and start listening to your show, because I hardly ever. And it's a shame on me, but I started getting better. I At one point I hardly ever really listened to a lot of people's shows, but I started getting a little bit better from doing that, because one, I started learning from other people. I started learning the craft, seeing how people run their shows, seeing the interview process, the questions, things of that nature. And then when I sat there and listened to y'all show, like you said, it reminded me of us, just a female version. So I was like, oh, okay, I like that. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep watching and see what's going on. And then I think I was 3 shows in, and then I finally reached out and said something about you all coming on the show. But yeah, to answer your question, that's what it was about Bertie. Yeah.
Yeah, clearly you have a gift, Mr. Page. A tremendous gift, and just thank you so much for what you've done for us and with us over here at Unhinged Live. Um, Again, I'm going to go back to my earlier comment. It was a little discouraging. When I heard people say, "Oh, don't nobody want to hear that. Don't nobody want to hear that." And then to keep going one show at a time, and about, what is this now, about 100 shows later, Karen, um
Mhm.
here we are. We've really struck oil in finding our people. Our tribe is out there globally, and it just seems that we've all been tapped into the game at the same time for the same reason. So I want to go ahead and turn the question a little bit, because it's very rare that we have 2 men on the show. I gotta ask y'all your thoughts, to share your thoughts.
Uh-oh.
Um,
Uh-oh, Bertie, get ready,
yeah,
bro.
we going into the 4 walls right now.
I'm about to buckle up. Here we go.
Yeah, go get your passports ready. We done warned y'all. Look at Karen, she telling you, she done
Buckle
warned you.
up. Buckle
Listen,
up.
it's a lot going on in the church world right now. Um, and a lot has changed, and a lot of conversation has gone on, where you've heard people say that the inside of the church is starting to mirror and look like more of the outside of the church. I want to ask your opinion on the state of manhood in the church. Where the brothers at? And what do you think the church can do to bring more of them inside the 4 walls?
Good question. Good question.
Very good question.
I'll wait.
Um,
She said,
the state of the church, it needs help. It needs help. I remember when I growing up in church, you actually had you had men that would step up. You had men that would step up, and they were handling their business and doing things, making sure that the church was ran, the way that according to how it was supposed to be. There was like a lot of structure. They were role models, teachers, different things. And now you really don't see that. And I hate to say it, but we've kind of like placed that responsibility on a lot of women. And not saying that y'all not capable. Please don't twist the words. Y'all are more than capable. I feel like that y'all stepped up in a big way, and men kind of like took a back seat. And you know, I feel to believe that men really need to not only step back in and get back in those roles, but also work with y'all to make the church stronger. If you look at church nowadays and stuff, a lot of churches is not something that people want to be a part of. Why would I want to be a part of something where it's a lot of confusion going on? You have all just a bunch of madness happening. So if this is a place that I'm supposed to come to get better, and I'm coming into more turmoil, I'll just stay where I'm at.
that's a whole
Mm,
So
word,
Mm.
word right there.
Um, I'm gonna say pretty much the same thing that Bertie said, but just a little bit different. Because I agree with everything that my brother just said. But my question is, I'm gonna answer that question with a question. Where are the men within the family? That's the number one thing. The men within the family have disappeared. because the women have stepped up. Not all families, but a lot of the women have stepped up and took over the dynamic of the head of the role. Because we have so many men nowadays that want to claim the MEN, but they're not acting like men. They're not standing up, taking control of the family unit. They're okay with their wives going out working and busting their hind parts, bringing home the money, cooking, cleaning, while they sit there and play these video games or hanging out with their friends, drinking and talking, blah blah. So that's the question. Once the dynamic within the household starts to shift and the men start standing up and being men and take over the dynamic, then we'll start having more of a shift within the four walls of the church. Because we remember the first ministry is your home. So half the
Come on, bro.
ministries of the home isn't being led correctly in the first place. So how you expect to have true men coming into a four walls of a building to serve our God when they can't even serve their ministry at home?
Ooh, child.
That's I want you to know we appreciate the disclaimer, Bertie. But we also are a platform that welcomes the voice and perspective of the men, and we don't take it personal. Hopefully, most of our
Not at
No,
listeners,
I
all.
and
we
I
take it like you
yeah.
bash when you say we got to stand up. But here's what comes to mind with that, and to be right in the middle of what both of you said. Many of us as women, and I say this as a newlywed, never got the real class on how to take care when somebody's taking care of you. And if I say what's been my biggest challenge since before I said I do, it was that allowing a good man, not any of these jokers, let's keep it real. Y'all know y'all gonna get it. But allowing a good man to come in and take care of his position. So when I tease people and they be like, oh, what's your husband's name? My husband. That's his entire
Right.
that's all. But there's a reason behind that. It's not like, oh, because I just enjoy the air he breathes. I ain't made in that model. You'll go find somewhere else. This one right here, I want to remind this man of the position that he holds in my life, that he holds in my heart, that he holds for our family. And so, yeah, I could call him something else. I could, but it's a reminder and respect when it come out my mouth. Plus, I warned all my girls long time ago, be sick of me. Prepare to be sick of me. But I think that that's an important part that, even when we get introduced to the good guy that wants to have his place in the family and in the church, are we creating a space that is inviting and welcoming him into that role? Because many women, we just didn't have that lessons, because each generation that we had to step up, that was a thing. That was one of our first conversations. And he said it candidly to me. I never dated somebody who didn't need me. Like, you don't need me, but I want you here. I want you here. And then I learned how to need him. Like that, people, they'd be like, oh, y'all should have been married in 3 months. Mind your business. The Lord didn't speak to you. He spoke to me. It's going to take some time over here. And so we spent 18 months of being engaged so that we can navigate that. And that's one message that, I want all of our sisters to remember. We say we want the man in the place. We're saying that's the solution for the family and the church. But are we also, as women, upholding that responsibility to say, I've made space for you, husband. I've made space for you, man. I've made space for you, man of God, for you to do your Holy Ghost flex and, let us ride on out of here. So
Yeah, but
listen, I'm just sitting over here and I'm paying attention to these comments, and I want to go ahead and acknowledge our sister Angela Conley. And you, whatever you just said, some of them nuggets you just dropped out here in these internet streets, Karen, you just blessed sister's life. All right. Sis, I'm gonna put you on blast. I gotta put your comment on screen because this touched my heart. I ain't been single forever. I was once a wife. And this one here, look, which way am I pointing? This one here credits me for being her marriage coach. So I do come with a little bit of wisdom in the game. And everything that she said was a blessing, and it was also a reminder to me as I call myself trying to date. Lord, y'all pray for me. Y'all pray for me. Pray for these men that just try me. Yeah,
we're praying for the men right now. You anointed. We praying for the men right now, Lord. Let them make it through.
I'm so special, but like you said, Karen, I'm making space for the brothers to come into my world. I'm not just in here in front of the computer, masterminding graphics and things. All right. So listen, our tribe member Rhonda, who's our feature mental health specialist in the tribe. She posted an awesome question in the comments. And I'm going to pose this question to you, brothers. What is the one change you've seen in the mental health of men today? And do you think there is still a stigma?
Going in deep.
Mentally pertaining to what? Are we speaking relationships or just health in general? Or
I think mental health, kind of the thought of mental health with men and of men, like how you all do I want to say face or navigate mental health?
Yeah.
I mean, it's go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you good. For speaking for myself, I think there is still a stigma out here. I think it has gotten better, but I think also that goes along with because the number one thing is we have to change the narrative. We have to change the narrative of the women feeling like that they have to take care of themselves because there's not a man there or somebody there with them to take care of them, to make them feel safe, to make them feel nurtured, to make them feel like a woman, actually. Because a lot of women are out here, like I said, they're out here working, doing what they have to do, and then they start feeling masculine because they're doing all of this. And then the man is starting to feel put down a little bit. But the thing is, as soon as that changes and the man starts picking up that role again, feeling stronger about themselves, doing what they need to do as a man, then maybe they will start sharing more mentally, sharing their feelings with their wife without feeling like they're going to be put down for sharing. Because that's why I said there's a shift that's going on. Because if a man shares how he feels, nowadays a woman is going to turn around and look at him and be like, man, stop being a sissy.
Like you saw. Yeah.
Man up. What, you're not supposed to even tell me this, but if I can't tell you this, who can I tell? If I can't share my deepest, darkest feelings with you, who can I share it with? And that's where the shift starts going on, and that's where things start really breaking down with the dynamic inside the home. I think it's getting better, but I still think there's a long way to go when it comes to that.
So you went there, brother. So I got to come back to you and ask you, what are some of the things that you think, because I guess I check myself daily, especially in my dating season. I try to make sure, because I'm a whole boss out here, I don't lead with the boss attitude when I'm entertaining the company of my male guest. I sit quiet and look pretty and engage in the way that I allow him to lead. Do you think that's something that's a good thing at the start? Do I need to keep doing it? Give your girl some advice out here.
This is now the dating advice
that's
show.
That's a great thing. No, but seriously, that's
my feminine energy.
That's a great thing. And I was going to make the comment of and it's really the men's fault, because we have fallen from where we used to be to where our women really had to step up. And nowadays it's like And I've seen it happen before. Like I have nephews that'll come tell me, man, I was trying to talk to this female and she was more man than I was. It's like you really have some hard women, but they've been forced and put into that position. So when you run into somebody that's actually, genuine and you see them like they're a real, they're a real female, like you see your mom or you see somebody, back in the day, like, okay, not saying that being totally submissive or anything, but really letting a man be a man and let the man woo you or whatever. Like sometimes men are scared to say anything because hey, oh, you look nice today. What you mean I look nice today? Like, might get his head snapped off or something. So I just think that it's our fault. It is men's fault because we placed our sisters in that position. We put women in that position to whereas they had to step up, they had to be strong. We treated them so bad they didn't have a choice. And it's like, okay, we just went ghost. So that's my opinion. That's how I feel about it.
I mean, my thing is with a woman, I would never
All
want a
right,
woman to
cool.
feel like she has to be something that she's not genuinely, that she's not, that's not her genuinely. If it's not you genuinely just to sit back and be quiet or whatever or something like that, then that's not the guy for you. That's how I feel. That's not the guy
Right.
for you. There is a guy out there that would love your brashness, that
Hmm.
would laugh and joke right along with you, that'll sit back in the cut in the car somewhere in the parking lot and talk about people while they walk into the grocery store. I don't do that,
Word.
but there
That's
will
what
be
we be
some guys
doing.
that would do
Oh, I'm
that.
sorry.
They out there,
Just to
Orlando.
have fun, just to have fun with you. And if you have to lower yourself, and this goes for the man too, if you have to lower yourself and who you are, as long as you're not a man that's disrespecting women, then okay. But if you have to lower yourself, your standards, yourself to get a man, then that's not the man for you, period. And that's not the woman for you, period.
That's
Right.
the truth. That's the absolute truth. And okay, so I'm gauging my actions and my current situation from what y'all saying right now, and I seems to be doing all right because you had said, we sitting in the car in the cut talking about people. Yeah, the commentary
Yeah,
is real.
you
Oh,
gotta be careful. You gotta be careful.
and,
She like, well, Orlando said I could come at it this way, and
You've been
the
there.
data be like, who is Orlando? Don't worry about it.
Listen,
and
listen, listen, listen,
You can give
listen,
him my
listen,
number. You
Linda.
can give my number. I ain't scared.
go ahead on,
Listen,
Teddy.
listen,
Oh,
Linda.
Teddy P. Go ahead, Teddy P.
You can give my
Wonderful
I say nothing
fine.
mine.
You know
I say
what? I keep
mine.
fooling with
Let's
y'all.
go.
Listen, I
Nah,
will
but
tell you this. One of my opening statements to this brother was, "It's hard out here for a pimp." He started laughing, and that's how it started. It's hard out here for a pimp, man. That's why I'm single. That's why.
Well, Tilted,
yeah,
I gotta take a moment because we out here in these comment streets. Shout out to everybody that is joining in the
Mi-
comments, whether we agreeing or disagreeing. Somebody said we ain't having no prophesying tonight, but we heard somebody man is on the way, so
Yeah.
prepare ye the way
Let's go.
for whoever coming. That's
Somebody's
all.
woman is on the way too. Let's
But
go.
All
Let's
right.
your
get it.
woman is
oh,
on the
go
way.
ahead. Oh,
Let's go.
Listen,
Hey,
there's a whole bunch of
let's
women
not
in these
hold back.
comment streets. They know
Let's not hold
somebody.
get
back.
up.
They know
Hey,
somebody.
Nah,
That's all I got to say.
That's
I'm
his
not
fan
the one.
base.
I'm
Bertie
not
got
the
a
one.
wife.
No, I'm not the one.
Yeah, and I
All
was
right.
gonna say that.
I'm married to this. So if you
He
can't
married to
profit
the
away from
game.
this, then hey,
But you know what? I will say this because everything when I hear it, it was absolutely me, and God knows us. And I say that anybody who, when you found the right one, that's the right one. I recall having a conversation and tilted with your favorite Josh. He don't have no problem. He was like, I don't want that and I don't want that. So he got two sister-in-laws. He was like, I don't want neither one of them. I'm not getting married. And I had to remind him, God ain't gonna send you them. He gonna send the one that matches you and your heart. Because he literally was like, nope, I don't want it. If that's it, not to say anything for my daughter-in-laws. They are two lovely women, but they match the spouses that they have. And so we got to be reminded that when we see other people, they are the example. And I remember Val Marie, she in these streets, the one thing, and she, think she said this at my bridal shower. This will be what you make it. The two of you get to decide what your relationship and your marriage is going to be. And I held on to that one because it's her. And,
Yeah.
she been married literally since kindergarten, babies and pacifiers. But it's a
That's
blessing when you realize that you don't have to take charge of all of the things that everybody else says, but that God is going to give you the desire of your heart and what it is. So if you need somebody that you could crack on other people with, y'all will find an altar on Sunday, but y'all gonna do that. If you need somebody that you can build with, my husband and I, we build. And in other relationships, we had other partners tell us, ain't nobody gonna do that. All right, next. Ain't nobody. Guess what? And now we are builders. We both are like, oh, okay, this your night to do this. This my night to do this. All right, look, you look the same. Oh, Tim look gray in there. So we know how to communicate, but we've got like-minded things. I know I shared with Orlando. He's like, I see the affirmations. So my husband goes around the house and put these affirmations all around. And I'd be like, oh, wait, what we saying? Oh, all right, okay. So that I know we on the same direction, we on the same path. But if that don't mean nothing to you, if you don't care whether your man praying for you, keep with the one you got. I ain't trying to break up nobody relationship. But if you really want somebody who's going to pour into you, then don't even tell that man that. I ain't tell him what I wanted. That's not the way this works. You pray about that thing. Lord, I'm a little rough around the edges. And I tell him, special handling with this one here. I require special handling. I'm here for the soft life. Why? Because struggle Karen, don't nobody deserve that. Nobody know. I know how to be hard. I raised 5 children with the Lord. I can't even say by myself. I raised 5 kids with the Lord. Before them was boys, and then there was a Danielle. No, y'all don't come over here with no craziness because the memory banks is still there. But I would like to be the softer version of myself. So, we pray several times a day. Dear Lord, keep it soft over here.
Amen.
In Jesus' name we pray. Listen, that's a whole prayer. Some of y'all praying too long. That's all.
That's it. It don't even take all that to get to the Lord. So check it out. We done went to the left. Now I got to steer this ship all the way back to the right.
Come on.
And bring it into the conversation because I got to get with you, Berty. Word on the street is that you have a new project getting ready to hit these streets. Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, so the name of the song is called Never Leave, and it's getting ready to release next Friday. It's gonna be it's the lead single of my project that I'm putting out this year, and the project is actually called Mental Impact. I thought the name of the project, since I'm working with Orlando, and I thought, man, mental impact, something that's affecting your mind, that's deep. And I was like, okay, why don't you name your project that? And came up with the song Never Leave. That's gonna be the lead single. And man, I think it's a beautiful song. It's basically saying that, God will never leave you. He's not gonna leave you, he's not gonna forsake you. And that's really what the song is about. So we got to drop it next Friday, and y'all actually have a preview of it.
That's right. We actually have the exclusive, y'all. It's our season. It's our time. Hey, listen, we have the exclusive. We about to get into this preview, but before we get into the music break, and let y'all get y'all shoulder shake on with us, I want you all to share really fast how our listeners can connect with you for possible booking, for more matchups on their platforms.
You actually can go about, you can contact us at mentalimpactent@gmail.com. That's mentalimpactent@gmail.com. If you need my number, you can just inbox me, look for me on Facebook Orlando page, because I will not give my phone number out in public because I do not know who will try to inbox me or call me. So
your wife might be calling you, Orlando. Don't act up.
I don't know about that. If she already got my number. But anyway.
Tell dude. Okay, we coming back right after this.
Yeah, y'all go ahead. So just hit us up with an email, mentalimpactent@gmail.com. Like I said, if you want to find us, find me on Facebook Orlando page. You can find Berty on Facebook or I can already say Orlando page. You can find Berty on Facebook, Bertrand Berty McKinney. You can find us on Instagram, mental_radio. You can find us on TikTok. That's mental impact, mental_radio. You can find us on X at mental_radio and mental_r on X, and find us there as well. So definitely, man. I mean, if you would like to, if you are an artist, and when I say artist, I don't mean just musical artists. If you paint, you write,
Hmm.
you do anything that praises the Lord, and if you want to share your testimony, hit us up, and you're more than welcome to come on the show.
All right, there you have it. So everyone,
Absolutely.
everyone, give me your ear, give me your ear. We getting ready to get into this 2-minute preview of the debut single, Never Leave, by Berty McKinney featuring Complete. Let's get to it.
Said you never leave and you won't forsake it.
God would never leave, he got my back like a chiropractor. Little his skin, I'm like a circuit tractor. OG fly like a pterodactyl. Woo! Yes, I am dynamic. I got God protecting me, so there's no need to panic. Advantage, I laid it at his feet and the haters can't understand it. Let me get specific, they wear the salty like the Atlantic. Barracudas and sharks, all trying to drown the kid. Guess what, this kid can swim, but I really don't have to swim. Cause the one I follow never ever seen his feet get wet. Never seen his feet submerged. To the fish he stand up very high, looking just like a bird. To the fish he stand up very high, looking just like a bird.
Problems in my life, things ain't going right, ain't going right. Had to move with faith, I can't go by sight, can't go by sight. Take me by my hand when things are going crazy, going crazy. Said you never leave and you won't forsake it. Hey. Problems in my life, things ain't going right, ain't going right. Had to move with faith, I can't go by sight, can't go by sight. Take me by my hand when things are going crazy, crazy, crazy. Said you never leave and you won't forsake it. First off, man, I trust God. Patient, never rush God. Going hard, he's a tough guy. Miracles, that's just God. Enemies can't touch God. Can't silence or hush God. Can't complain, I won't fuss God. You came through in the clutch, God. Sovereign and you reign. Just stay the same, you don't change. Because of you, I gain. My enemies get slain. Come on, you say so and there's overflow. You show me the way I'm supposed to go. Without you, I can't grow. So I lay low and stay close. I follow your lead and all. Forever in need and all. Grace, I receive it all, and never need it all. I follow your lead, of course, for every need, of course. Your grace I receive, of course, and never leave, of course. Problems in my life, things ain't going right, ain't going right. Had to move with faith, I can't go by sight, can't go by sight. Take me by my hand when things are going crazy, going crazy. Said you never leave and you won't forsake it. Hey. Problems in my life, things ain't going right, ain't going right.
All right. Hey.
Hey, hey,
You never leave, no,
Hey.
you won't forsake me. What?
Hey,
Oh, that's a shoulder shake.
you won't forsake me.
That's a
Come
whole
on,
shoulder
man.
shake right there. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What?
Thank you.
listen now, y'all know y'all gotta follow our brother to get the full release that you say is coming out. Is it this Friday that's coming
It's
out?
February the 16th. It's next Friday.
Come on, next Friday, the 16th. So before you get all your booed up stuff going on, go ahead on and make sure y'all following so that we can support our brother. Listen, this real music. Can I just say that? Like, this ain't no I don't even know what to call it. It ain't whack. Y'all know how I do. It ain't whack.
Thank
Like, you
you.
literally have some real shoulder shake. You got some good messages in it. This is like the ultimate of mashup that you want for, even if you're not into gospel rap. I know everybody got their own genre, but this is feel good. I love it. Okay, be careful out here in these adult streets, dusting off the Harlem Shake. That's all I got to say on that. It is not. It's not bubble gum. Come on now.
Thank
This is like
you.
real words, and we get to, y'all know we be big on the anthem real quick. What? Never leave. Won't forsake. Okay, listen. We got next.
Oh, I'm sorry. It just hit me.
Got
Oh,
next. We got next for sure. We're excited for you, bro. That's super.
Thank you.
Super music. Love the name of the project because honestly, listen, We are what we ingest. And if you ingesting garbage, y'all already know Coach Cash gonna get at you. Like, ain't no, you only have garbage to give out, but knowing that the music that we're listening to, the messages, that definitely has a strong mental impact on the direction that we have for our life. I'm here for it. Oh my goodness. I'm just
Thank you so much. I
Yeah,
appreciate it. Thank y'all.
you're getting a whole lot of love there in these comment streets there,
yes,
Berty.
yes.
All
Thank you.
right.
Thank y'all so much.
And you see that queen on the screen, Miss Valerie Martin Higginbottom.
Yes.
She is the mastermind behind our show theme song. I will never, ever fail to give her thanks because she heard us messing around on the show one night because I've been singing this little ditty since the show began.
Yep.
Because God gave me a tune in my heart, but I don't know how to do that part of the production very well. So he let my sister into the room and she just took the song exactly where I needed it to go. And then we brought our brother Bliv Mash on top of it to drop them bars because I heard them bars. I was like, this needs some bars on it as soon as she sent us the original track. So we are where we are with it right now. Grateful to be surrounded by so many powerful, anointed Christian hip hop artists. And I can't wait to jump on into y'all pull people, bring them on over here so the folks in the Lehigh Valley and beyond can get to know who they are as well. So look, I got to go ahead and transition the show because we got a long way to go and only a little bit of time to get there. So we got to get into it, Karen. We got to get into it, Karen. Let me get
where we going?
together.
Where we going?
What's really going on? What's really going on?
What's really going on? What's really going on? On and 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 on. What's going on? Listen. Whole segment of this song, don't play.
Oh yes, this is how it all started. Told y'all we was messing around in the studio, and boom, music comes out. Y'all never forget. I'm still a choir director on the inside, and it takes nothing for me to lead a random group of people to sing in harmonies and things. But anyway, let me get off of that. Tonight's segment of what's really going on. I'm so glad y'all are here with us tonight, brothers, because we got the Super Bowl coming up on Sunday. Is that right?
Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm cheering for everybody because we on the couch right now, so I'm cheering for everybody.
Yeah. My team been on the couch for a grip. But right now, y'all know I'm bi-coastal. Huh?
I said ignore the 14th. The Super Bowl is the real holiday.
Listen.
Right.
It's the only holiday I celebrate is the Super Bowl. So everybody at my office, they celebrate everything else. They already know the footballs come out. Y'all gonna see all of the things. Now I'm an Eagles fan, so it becomes Eagles Avenue. Mind your business or walk down another street. Don't come down this hallway with no hate. That's all we need to know. Super Bowl, the only holiday that I celebrate at the office. So that's it.
All right, so we got the Super Bowl coming up. Who is it? We got the 49ers who hold a 14-5 record, and I got the Kansas City Chiefs that hold a 14-6 record. Is that correct, brothers? Help me out because I really don't care nothing about no football. Just want to put that out there.
I know we got the teams right. I don't know the records, but yeah, the teams are definitely correct. 49ers and Kansas City.
No, I let Google do the talking for me, and they confirm them numbers.
There we
I
go.
like to try and act like I know I'm talking about when I talk
fact checkers over here.
We go.
Absolutely.
Y'all ain't coming for me for giving out the wrong information. All right. So yeah, and I also see that this year Usher is the halftime show.
Yes.
And also for those who don't watch the football, this is just the Usher concert. And
this is the Usher concert, and I'm trying to be invited over to somebody's house to enjoy some chips, dips, and wings. So call me, y'all. If somebody having this soiree and y'all need a little excitement, a little tilted halo in the building, I'll come and bring all the joy tsunami. I promise.
I got some chips, but I can't do no wings, so you can bring your own wings.
Bring your wings.
Okay. Okay. All right. What kind of dip you got though? Make sure I want to
That's
come through
true. That is true.
because you may not have the right kind of dip.
Can I
The
just
dip is
say,
important.
this is not the time. Treat this like Thanksgiving. No new dips. No new dips. Y'all should have tested it out at least 3 times. That means for the past 3 Sundays, you figured out whether the cheese is gonna melt appropriately. Don't come through here with no new dips. We don't got time for that. We don't want to assemble nothing. No 7-layer salad on Super Bowl. Like, don't do that. I know this wasn't about the food segment,
Wow.
but the food is very, very important. We need to literally dip and grab. If it ain't dip and grab, keep it over there at grandma's house for the Super Bowl party, dip and grab. So while they playing the play, I get to chomp and watch at the same time. I ain't got time to assemble nothing. Okay, I said what I said. No new dips.
Hey, and you spoke it too, and that's right. And that is right.
No new dips.
Okay. So you showed a little excitement when I brought up the Super Bowl conversation. Do you got a horse in this race, Orlando?
No, I just love football. I mean, I've always been a football fan. I love football since I was young. So yeah, I just love watching it, and hope it's a good game, man. I don't like it when it's a blowout. I want a nail biter. Let it get down to the field goal kicker missing it or something. But yeah, so I just love the game.
Yeah. So what about you, Bertie?
Same thing. I love football. Love it. And my team is not in there. We didn't even have a team this year. The Saints sucked this year, so New Orleans was terrible. So I like football though. So yeah.
Well, listen, I was made to choose a team, okay, by our brother AP, the original king of the Tilted Halo tribe, who's also a very talented Christian hip hop artist. Y'all need to check him out. Him and Nikhil music. I'll add him. He lit the church up on Sunday and with praise and worship. But anyway, let me digress. But yeah, he made me choose a team. And told me that I cannot be, bandwagoning.
Yeah, no team hopping. No team.
But listen, I'm throwing the flag on the play because I have every single right to bandwagon right now. Because y'all remember, I'm bicoastal.
Get me in my eye too.
I'm like, no shoe throwing. Wait a minute.
I'm an LLC. I'm covered. I'm an LLC. I'm covered. Listen. Listen. So I went with the Giants because I was born in Paterson, New Jersey, and I went with the demographic team like most folks do. But some of y'all are just now learning that I grew up. The formative years of my life were spent in California. So there was a period of time in my youth where I was actually a San Francisco 49er fan. All right. I got a whole contingent of the Niner gang out there in Stockton. Shout out to Langston. Shout out to William. Shout out to Centenem. I know y'all ain't necessarily, but y'all my California contingent. So I'm hoping that my California family gets a W this year at the Super Bowl because I like to see the people that I care about happy. Many of you know that I've actually been living in a dual team household for the majority of my life, as my youngest daughter, LJ, is a diehard Steelers fan. So I would console her when her team lost and celebrate with her when her team won, because 9 times out of 10, my team, the New York Giants, was already out the game. So what I'm really looking forward to is the commercials this year at Super Bowl. Are any of you all looking forward to the commercials this year?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like the commercials. The commercials are crazy. One year we're gonna have a commercial on there.
Come on now.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Definitely.
It's coming.
The commercial would be crazy. I already have an idea for it and everything, so it's gonna top everybody.
Is it going to be anything Puppy Monkey Baby-esque?
No.
Puppy Monkey Baby was a classic.
Yes!
I love that commercial.
Puppy Monkey Baby.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, goodness, not the puppy monkey.
That is one of my favorites
That
as
was a
well.
classic.
And listen, we actually had an active conversation about the puppy monkey
Yes,
baby
we
at work
did.
the other day.
Oh my goodness.
And as I was scrolling through my cell phone, I actually have a picture of the puppy monkey baby. That's how down with the foolishness I am. Okay.
Mm-mm-mm. Wow.
What?
I ain't got nothing. I'm listening.
I'm just saying.
Saw
All
that
right, look.
commercial too, the Mahomes and Mikado. Yeah, they cracked.
Cracks me up. We got Snickers.
Yeah, that's
Rhonda said she missed the what's up, guys. That part. And then we got Natural D. Yo, is Geico bringing back the cavemen? I think like they never left. They stayed a while since last year, so we gonna see one of them cavemen in therapy. So they might be out in town.
salty.
Yeah.
He's kind of salty. You know, he's
That part.
very upset that they've been using his likeness and
Yes.
everything.
I think it should be a run me my money type,
You know who I'm surprised they never did a commercial.
You trying?
Or put a commercial or something together is Nick Cannon with his show. You know, I'm surprised that they never put a commercial together in the Super Bowl. That would probably have been funny as all get out with his
Oh
show.
yeah, you talking about Wild Out?
Yeah,
Talking
they
about Wilding Out?
yeah.
Yes.
Nick Cannon.
But will they stay TV rated is the question. Because sometimes they start TV rated and then we got to put all the kids to bed because they done went left.
And this is a family show.
Yeah. Well, Nick Cannon can do a Jackson's commercial.
So listen, check it out. So we recently saw the Grammys hit the stage, and they did a little production recently, and a lot of things were said. And the thing, because I really haven't been on social media like that, coming back off the fast and the social media detox I tried to participate in. I really haven't been deep diving the way I normally do. But I kind of caught ear that a lot of people had something to say about what Blue Ivy Carter was wearing on stage while she was standing alongside her father receiving that Dr. Dre award. All right. So, yeah, we know Jay-Z took his opportunity to celebrate his wife and point out what's glaringly obvious to so many of us. But I'm trying to figure out why so many grown folks had so much to say about how old is Blue now? But she about 10, 11, 12?
Well, 12, I believe.
Now? She came off tour. Yeah, when they went on tour, I think she was 10, about to turn 11. Now she's 12.
Right.
Why do so many people have so much time on their hand to discuss what this 12-year-old girl was wearing? Did either of you gentlemen see the images of what Blue Ivy was wearing?
I didn't.
No, because
I actually saw the clip of Jay-Z in his acceptance speech, but I didn't pay Blue any attention. I mean, I was listening to what Jay-Z was talking about. So for somebody to have that much time to focus on what a 12-year-old, y'all need help and prayer.
Take them to the altar.
Half the industry on that side are perverts anyway, so that's why they had so much to say.
Yeah.
I can't argue with
wait. Hold on, Paul. Stop. Bring that. Say that again, Orlando, because the people in the back need to hear that.
Half the industry on that side are perverts anyway. That's why they had so much to say.
See, now check it out. So we know about the grand exposure of all the perversion that's happening in Hollywood. We thought everything was Hollywood, but listen, what does that mean? What does that say about the regular Jane and Joe who sit behind a laptop or a cell phone or a tablet device, keyboard thugging, offering their thoughts? Does that show the essence of what might be lying dormant in their heart? Why y'all checking out a 12-year-old girl?
Well, half of them is on that level, and then it's also on the level of they just want clicks.
Right. They want. No, I agree.
It's clickbait. So of course they're gonna try to point out or say anything, but the thing about it is, like y'all said, she's a 12-year-old girl. So, and once upon a time, kids were off limits anyway, unless you're saying something nice about it, about children. Oh, look how cute they look. Once upon a time, kids were off limits. You just didn't say anything about a person's child, when they had them on TV or anything of that nature. But nowadays, everything is out the window. So yeah, half of it is perversion and half of it is clickbait. Whatever way I can get those numbers to run up, I'm gonna talk about it because yeah,
Wanting to be relevant. And
I see.
the one thing is this, she was covered up. We've seen younger exposed more. Half the people singing at the Grammys had on less clothes. So I know I saw somebody speak about, her cleavage. She 12, she ain't got no cleavage. Stop playing.
She had no
Anybody playing
cleavage.
with y'all? That is the V in the dress. This is what we call a V. That wasn't no cleavage, so y'all gotta stop with it. And Natural D is, as you mentioned, the sexualization of our girls, and it comes a lot to Black women. Let me say this, because when we were seeing Miley and when we were seeing Taylor, and they were halfway dressed, nobody ain't say nothing about their parents of what they were wearing. But you see a young girl standing next to her father. And can I also say that her braids were so long, you ain't see nothing. You didn't see anything. This young girl was covered up, head to the ankle, white boots, white everything. Although, I'm going to skip the part where she was confused why her father called her up there. But that's another story. That's another segment. This one here, leave the girl alone. Okay, she done spent her whole summer vacation running around dancing for y'all at all these concerts, and now somebody got something to say. If y'all wanted to say something, y'all should have said it when she was, working under them child labor laws. But I'm gonna leave that one alone too. Now y'all got something to say while she's standing up there like she has some manners. Like, I didn't see anything. She sat up there like somebody doing some home training. So I don't know who it is, but somebody doing home training. And I'm normally not one. Now, Tilted, I enjoy Beyonce, but I'm not part of the Beehive. I don't normally say anything about Blue. I think she is a beautiful young lady trying to live her life in a bubble that grown folks are creating for her for no reason. She already gonna second guess herself and have imposter syndrome about what I look like or what somebody else is saying. Well, there ain't no grown people to add to that. So yes, it's already been said. Go ahead and get on the prayer line.
Take them to the altar. Take them to the altar. Hey, I'm sorry, y'all. I felt that thing in my spirit because that's exactly it, Karen. People got a whole lot to say when we need to be concerned about a whole lot of something else right now. We're moving into the throes of yet another election season. Let me take a moment of silence for America. Ooh, wait a minute, Bertie. I observe you taking a deep sigh.
Yeah, I took one with you. I took a moment with you.
What? But you that was a slightly labored sigh. What was that about? What are your concerns with America at this point in time?
Concern for our whole country. Like literally, if you look at the condition of our country, it's not a good one. You have so much stuff going on, and honestly, I wouldn't want that job, regardless of who's running for president. I wouldn't want the job. To have to lead a whole nation when the nation is corrupt and messed up. So I took that side. Like, pray for them. Pray for anybody that's wanting to do that job, that has to do that job. That's a big responsibility, and you get scrutinized all the time. So nah, I couldn't do it. I have enough trouble doing what I'm doing, yet alone trying to run a whole country. So that's what the side was for.
Okay, I appreciate that, brother. Because like you said, the country it's a hot mess right now. Orlando, do you have any thoughts on that?
No, I agree with him. I agree with him 100%. I can't regardless of whatever side. I really don't trust neither side. So I think they're in it for themselves and for their constituents. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I agree with them though. I wouldn't want to wear that hat. I don't know why they fight so hard to want to wear that hat. That's the question. Why are you fighting so hard to do this? But yeah.
Yeah. Day after day, because y'all know I spend a few evenings a week right there in my local grocery store interacting with the people in my community. And it's funny, the placement of this particular location. It actually sits in the middle of 4 different communities within the same zip code. They just have different names. And what I'm starting to hear in conversation with the customers who come and go is that everybody is struggling. And that includes the woman that comes in with all the baguettes and the fur. And, that includes the family that's paying for their card with a EBT card. Everybody is going through it right now. Do you really think, and what with the conversations I'm having with some of the most interesting people. I can't say what I really want to say, or I might lose some of my certification. But it's some interesting people, that come in and they bandwagon with certain folk. And they bring a certain type of energy into the environment that's not very pleasant. We, the 4 of us here, and so many of you all in the listening audience, thank you for hanging in here with us. I believe that we're all supposed to be points of light during this season. Anybody disagree with that?
True.
I believe we're all supposed to be points of light. So, I'm also one to practice the random act of kindness thing. All right. So I would like to ask each of you, what is one random act of kindness you think you could implement in your life every day throughout the election season to make sure that you're spreading a light in dark places? One thing. Doesn't have to be grand. Doesn't have to cost you any money unless you choose that route. What is one random act of kindness you could perform in the life of even a stranger to bring light in a dark space? Orlando, I
think
see you.
really. Oh, sorry.
No. You started. You can finish. I'm sorry. He
No,
talked slow.
I'm so sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Oak.
I was waiting on you to go ahead. Um, if I have the time, and you say one person, if I have the time to actually do it, be able to just sit down and listen. You know, sit down and listen. Don't give any kind of rebuttal, any kind of comment back. Just listen to a person for at least about, you know, 15, 20 minutes, maybe a half an hour, and just let them get off their chest what may be seriously bothering them. Because some people nowadays are walking around with so much, and they're so fearful of sharing it that they don't want to be judged or ridiculed. So I think that would be my act.
Love it. Love it. Bertie?
I try to smile as much as I can, and when I come in contact with people, I actually ask them how they're doing. And sometimes it leads to interesting conversations that might lead to prayer. It's led to prayer before. Like in my job, I deal with the public a lot. So, I ask them, hey, how you doing today? And some of them actually are honest. I'm not having a good day. And that'll lead to conversation. And it's in the past, led to me praying for people, or just tell them, hey, I hope your day get better or something. So it doesn't cost you anything to smile. You never know what a person is going through, and just by asking them how they're doing, it shows that you care. So really, just smiling and checking on people.
I like that. I typically tend to smile a lot as well. I refer to this as one of my calling cards. So I smile, it's inviting. People see the shine, they want to come talk to your girl. Next thing you know, they done walked away blessed. Karen, your thoughts?
I do try often to share kind and encouraging words. with folks because we don't realize how many people don't get that. So we've been blessed to have supporters around us, those that'll be able to say, you know, that's my girl, that's my dude, you know, I truly have a genuine love for that person. And then there are those who are around us who've never experienced that type of friendship, never experienced that type of kindness, whether it's from a parent or a loved one. And so definitely that of a stranger to go out of their way a lot of times leaves a deep impact. And one thing that I do try to do is if I hear something good about somebody else, I try to run that back to the person. Because 90% of the times what we running back is the gossip. Ooh, let me tell you what they said about you, the bad thing. And so I really do try when I hear good words about people, I share and say, let me tell you, you know, what they talking about in these streets about you. Because sometimes people don't care. But I think for the most part, we care because we're so used to when somebody want to run that back, they're running it back on something we did wrong. And if we could take the commitment to share the things that somebody in our circle did right, I did it specifically probably about 4 times over this past weekend. And each person, one was very surprised that somebody would come back and say, hey, you made an impact. I just want to let you know you touched somebody in a special way. So it keeps going.
I love it. I love it. And y'all, you know, Karen ain't just talking. Not only am I a good friend, I'm also a client and the frequent recipient of the rewind that back words of something you did right. Y'all know you hear me, and I will never fail to give my sister credit for helping me to become the mogul that I am today, because she is my walking scribe. One of the favorite things that Karen says to me, that just like takes me to the throne to check myself. Okay, but you said that though. She plays me back almost verbatim the things that I say, because I'm always on the run, and I typically call Karen when I have a vision, a thought, an idea that I need to hash out. And then she just be listening. You see that little rock she doing now? I know she be doing that on the phone. She doing that on the phone. That's my girl. But she get to rocking, and she get to hearing, and she get to processing, and she get to praying. And then the next thing you know, I'm running back. Like, girl, you could believe, can you believe this is happening? And then her simple response that sends me straight into worship, I promise you, is, you said that though. So what it seems like, the thought is universal here between basically the 4 of us on this evening. A simple word of kindness, a simple smile filled with kindness and love, the simple sacrifice of your time, because time is something that you can never get back. The simple sacrifice of your time, sitting, being a safe space for someone to just pour, get all that negative mucky muck up out their spirit. That in itself, we know full well, Karen, as mental health first aiders, is a game changer. Mm-hmm. Being kind, being present when someone shows up at your doorstep, looking for help, looking for whatever it is you have in your fruit basket. And when I mention the fruit basket, I'm speaking about the fruit of the spirit, because the fruit of the spirit is love, kind, patient, long-suffering, forgiving, all the good stuff that we have come to learn about our Heavenly Father and how He absolutely loves us. Because I know He real patient with me, because your girl a little bit stubborn over here. I'm just gonna be honest about me. So if I have the opportunity to try and love somebody the way He loved me, I tell you something, I leap at every single opportunity, because guess what? It's 1, 2, 3, ABC, because we've already been chosen for such a time as this. So thank you all for tuning in and hanging out with us. We are Unhinged Live. I'm your host, Nikita Tilted Halo Hansford, sitting alongside my good girlfriend, Coach Karen Sims Harrell, Coach Cash herself of Twisted Threads LLC, and sitting in with us tonight for this entire conversation. I appreciate you, brothers, so much. Are our brothers Bertrand Berty McKinney and Orlando Page of Let's Talk Gospel Mental Impact Radio. We are about to turn the tides. We about to get fed, y'all, because if you we will preach up in here. Y'all already know what it is. We love the Lord and we're not ashamed of it. And I'm grateful for my sister tonight, our very own in-house certified master life coach. She's finna bring a wonderful reflection of purpose to give us a word of encouragement, to give us a word of uplift, to help us make it through to another Tuesday. So, Karen, take it away, sis.
Listen, you already know I normally come with a title, but this one started a little bit early, okay? So we're going to call this one part 2. Time's up. Time's up. This is part 2. So I went and I did a live a little bit earlier today. It was a message for me, but now this is the other side of that message to do. Time's up. You've been sitting down too long. You've been disqualifying yourself too long. You haven't been giving yourself the encouragement. Some of us have been seeking perfection before we get that thing just right, instead of working in the lane that God has given us. I said on that live that, we're so used to now. Some of us, we've gotten out of our comfort zone and we got a lane, and the lane is flowing well, but God is ready to make us an entire highway and freeway. That part right there, that entire freeway for not only just one source of us to walk in destiny, but many of us have multiple gifts and we are not using the one. Time's up, sis. Time's up, bro. It's time for us to put our talents into the world. Now, y'all know usually, I get at y'all, but I'm normally letting y'all know, listen, we want y'all to feel all nice and flowery. We'll blame it on the guys who are here this time, but we coming a little bit more with a little bit more push this evening. Many of us have disqualified ourselves from God's very best for whatever reason. Maybe it's childhood. Maybe our family has said that ain't what we do. Well, that's not what they do. That's not what they did. But in this space, in this time, for such a time as this is now the time. Why? In 2017, I started a series, and this was before I was on the talk show with Tilted. This was before anything else. I started videos, and the series was called The Adoption, as I was walking through the adoption period of my first daughter-in-law. So one of my younger sons getting married. And I'm like, I barely survived them children, and now the Lord want to bring other kids. I don't really understand this. But in that adoption, we then had another series called The World is Waiting for You. And for those of you who've been rocking with us for a while, Tilted already said we got about 100 of these Unhinged live episodes because of the diligence. It's all it takes is you saying yes to God, letting him take over. If you want that moment to be like, wow, Lord, you did that. Yeah, they're going to clap for you. You're going to clap for yourself. But most oftentimes, the thing is this, you're giving glory back to God because you know that he opened the door. You know that he provided the provision. You know that he gave you the idea that was a twinkling and now it's blown up. What? And we here for the cake. For those of you who don't know, I need y'all to get to the finish line. Why? Because I ain't had no cake in a while, and I need the cake in my life. I'm here for the cake. Don't worry. I'll carry myself to Planet Fitness. I'll eat veggies for 2 days, not all the time. Time's up. It's not really a hard one, but we can't go forward if we make no movement. And so, yes, it's okay for you to have a resting period, but some of y'all been hibernating for decades, okay? Spring about to come. Y'all watch the groundhog and now y'all all excited because he says spring is coming early. I don't even know what that means and why we following the groundhog, because he ain't even outside like that. But okay, time's up. Put the coats away. If you need to strap your boots on, you need to put another jacket, pack light. Oh, I felt that one. pack light, honey, because where we going, we ain't got time for a lot of baggage. That means put away all of the down talk that you've heard over the decades. Put away all of the wrong things that you said to yourself. In my mirror every day when I wake up, there's a message waiting for me. It's not from my husband. He gives wonderful messages, but this is something that I say, and it's on my mirror. So y'all putting everything else everywhere, slap this on your mirror. You are amazing. Make it an amazing day. You are beautiful. You are awesome. See, because when you get that energy in the morning, then you can go ahead and share. Why? Because your cup is full. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Time's up. And that's my time for y'all. Make sure that y'all making a move. Why? Because I need some cake in my life. Tilted, you know I'm here for the cake.
Girl, you know, are we getting that with some whipped cream frosting or buttercream frosting?
I think whipped cream frosting.
Yeah, because you know,
Yeah, because you know why? Because you got to eat that quick. Because the buttercream lasts long. I said time's up. We got to eat the cake quick too.
Word. I like that. So look, I'm looking at the time and we're closely approaching the end of the show. I want to give our guests, because you know we got that good home training around these parts. Give the brothers the opportunity to give an outro word of encouragement to the listeners in the audience on tonight. Now I'm gonna choose one of y'all so y'all ain't playing double dutch to the microphone. All right. I want to go ahead and toss the mic to you first, Berty.
All right. So first of all, thank y'all for having us on, for y'all opening y'all platform to us. We appreciate it. For everybody that's in the comments that's been commenting, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Um the best words that I could give anybody, especially in these times, is just trust God. Trust God. Know that God has a plan even when you don't see it, when there's nothing moving in your life or you don't feel like anything positive is going on. Know that God has a plan and He's going to take care of that situation. You just have to believe in Him. That's it.
Word.
Yeah, but yeah, this is gonna be kind of weird. This is gonna be kind of weird, but I love that time's up because that was speaking directly to me. That was speaking directly to me. I have some things going on that I have some moves that I need to start making to prepare myself for a future that I know God is laying out. That's laying out for me and for everybody that's involved with me. But the message that I want to send to folks right here, right now, is that yeah, you're a failure. Yes, you didn't succeed. Yeah, you didn't get what you wanted. But are you gonna let that stop you? Are you gonna live that life as a failure? Are you gonna live that with the F put on your chest and walk around defeated? Or are you gonna walk around like you are a conqueror? Are you going to walk around like you are a man or a woman of God? Are you going to walk around like you ultimately know exactly who your father is? Are you going to walk around and say that I may stumble and fall, but guess what? I got back up and I woke back up the next morning. I have a cousin that he lost two of his sons within a 6-month period.
Wow.
And his niece within that same period.
Mm.
And it got to him so bad that he just passed. And he's younger. He was young. So God is giving you a chance every day you wake up to live this life to the best of your ability. Stop wasting it. Stop wasting it complaining about things that you have no control over. Stop wasting your life being upset and mad at people that don't pay your bills in your home. They don't matter. God's love matters. God matters. We're only here to worship Him. All this is nothing
Amen.
because we're only here to serve Him. And until that gets deeply down into your spirit and you start walking that out, then what are you doing? So that's my message for you. What are you doing? Let's stand up tall and start doing what we're supposed to be doing. So that's it for me.
Listen,
Wow.
Tito passed me some tissue. All right.
All right.
Because I felt that thing right there. Every last word that was shared, y'all know I'm absorbing it all. Because I know I'm not being selfish and taking it because y'all gave it, first of all. And I know that I'm not the only partaker of such rich encouragement. So y'all know what it is. It's time for y'all just be outro. And this thing is stuck right here. I'm glad you left it there on the format sheet tonight. So I'm going to leave you with the just be outro. And again, I'm going to encourage you, because this ties in with everything that was shared at the end of tonight's broadcast, to just be audacious. That's right. Be audacious. Because y'all remember, I was talking to the Lord doing my miracle work one morning. And that was what he said to me, girl, you just straight audacious. So I had to look it up. So I'm going to give y'all the first two verses in this definition. To be audacious is to be extremely bold or daring, recklessly brave, fearless. Number two, extremely original, without restriction to prior ideas, and highly inventive. So just be who God created you to be, because baby, no one can do it better than you. It's your girl, Tilted Halo, Coach Cash, Orlando Page, Berty McKinney. We are Unhinged Live. It's a wrap, y'all. We are out. Love you.